Good evening, everyone. Welcome to week 2 of the fall 2018 semester, fall 8th. Just want to remind you as you prepare to complete your assignments, I want to make sure that you are seeing and reviewing the templates that are being provided for you in this announcement forum. Each week I will post a template that will help you to understand how to format the assignment, what is expected of you for each assignment, so that when you go to approach the assignment that you're not going blindly. So I encourage you to go ahead and log in and review that announcement page to make sure that you are reviewing all the information that is there posted for you. Like I would have said last week, I encourage you to review the announcement page on a daily basis. This will help to ensure that you are successful. There is important information posted to the announcement page that will help you throughout the course of the week. So I did notice that with some of the assignments that there are many of you who would not have utilized that template. That template is provided in a Word format, so you can use it exactly as is, just replacing the content for each paragraph with the information or instructions that I would have given you for the paragraph. Remember, all assignments should be properly APA formatted, so make sure that you are using your in-text citations and your reference list for your assignments. I shouldn't be receiving assignments that did not have any scholarly sources. Your work must demonstrate that you have conducted adequate research. I also want to encourage you to review the grading rubric. There is a grading rubric for each assignment for most of them, so just make sure you are looking at that grading rubric prior to completing and submitting your assignment. So let's take a look at what the assignment looks like for week 2 in the alternative dispute resolution class, and then we'll take a look at the other class. So let's look at the alternative dispute resolution. So I did go to week 2. In the assessment folder, you will see that there for week 2, there is a discussion due. Your initial response should have been posted by Wednesday, and your 2 responses to peers by the end of the day on Sunday. There is an assignment due for week 1, and then there is a quiz due for week 2, and a quiz as well. The quiz. So the quiz is basically to test your knowledge of the concepts for week 2. If you have any questions about those, feel free to reach out to me. The quiz is basically true and false. It is not timed, so you can go ahead and do some research on the internet if you want to build your skills and knowledge on the question that is being asked. So just make sure that you dedicate at least 1 to 2 hours to complete the quiz. Remember that the quiz must be completed the first time it is launched. So you can't open and save it. So make sure that when you set out to complete that quiz, that you have an uninterrupted time of at least 2 hours. So the assignment. What is the assignment about? The week 2 assignment is going to test your knowledge on inaction. At the end of this assignment, you should be able to understand inaction when only the aggrieved party knows of the grievance and when both parties know of the grievance. You should be able to describe self-help under the statute, and you can do some research about what self-help is and distinguish one dispute process from the other. You want to make sure you should be able to explain the advantages and disadvantages of self-help in the dispute resolution process. For this assignment, you're working with Redwood and Associates. You represent Laura Smith, who comes to your office for a consultation. Ms. Smith purchased a dishwasher from Scam Appliance Company. After the dishwasher was delivered and as it was being uncarted, Miss Smith discovered that the dishwasher was scratched on the front. So in preparation for the meeting with Miss Smith, your supervising attorney has asked that you conduct legal research on self-help as a dispute resolution process. You are going to do a memorandum, and your memorandum is going to discuss whether Miss Smith has a statutory right to reject the delivery of the dishwasher. You are going to include any applicable code you found when you conducted your research. So what is the law or code out there as it relates to self-help? You are going to explain Miss Smith's options if she rejects the dishwasher. Discuss what she should do after she rejects it. So what do you do in terms of self-help? If you are going to reject something, when you think of self-help, what do you do after you reject it? Then you are going to discuss what is Miss Smith's next steps what would be if she did accept the delivery. So you're going to first, she rejects it, what should she do? And let's say she accepts it, what are the next steps? Remember, your memorandum should be 2 to 3 pages, and it should be in Times New Roman. Remember to use the headings for the memorandum. So let's go to the announcement page. And we're going to have to do a template for you. So let's take us to the week 1 template, which would have been a memorandum as well. So here you see the template for week 1. And you can go ahead and use the template that would have been used in week 1. So you have this template, you include your name, you insert the file number. You want to write an introductory paragraph. And in your introductory paragraph, you want to introduce the topic. You're talking about self-help. So just talk about what self-help is. You want to make sure there's a thesis. What are you going to talk about? And you can use the questions that are asked of you in the assignment to discuss what you are going to talk about. Then what I would do in terms of structuring the assignment is take a look at the instructions again. Let's go back to the instructions. So we go back to week 2. And the first instruction is asking that you discuss whether Ms. Smith has a statutory right to reject the delivery. So then your first heading here will be statutory right to reject under self-help. So that will be your heading. And in this paragraph, then you want to discuss in more detail what self-help is. You look at the question, does she have a right to reject the dishwasher? So you discuss whether she has a right to reject the dishwasher. And then you include any applicable law. So here, yes or no, Ms. Smith has a right to reject the dishwasher. You want to say why she has a right to reject the dishwasher. And then you want to support that why by research. Is there a code? And then you explain further. Remember, a paragraph, in order to be well developed, must have 5 to 6 complete sentences. Each paragraph you write should be supported by at least 1 reference. So we've finished 1 paragraph. We've answered 1 question. The next one is explain Ms. Smith's options if she rejects the dishwasher. Discuss what she should do after she rejects. So that's kind of a 2-part. So your next heading would be Ms. Smith's options. So this is your next heading, Ms. Smith's options. So in this next paragraph, then, you are going to discuss what are her options. Can she reject? Yes or no? If she can, why? If she can't, why not? And include citations to substantiate your ideas. 5 to 6 sentences for that paragraph. Then you're going to look at the second part of this question. Discuss what she should do after she rejects. So your next paragraph then is going to focus on what Miss Smith should do if she does reject, or what she should do after she rejects. So what should she do after she rejects? Explain why. Include citations to substantiate your ideas. Include scholarly resources. Then you want to think about your next heading. So we've moved on. We're on to the next heading, which would be discuss what Miss Smith's next steps would be if she accepted the delivery. So here you have a heading, Miss Smith's next steps. And in this paragraph, you may decide you want to separate the steps. What are her steps? Explain why that step is important. Include a citation. Again, another paragraph. What is another step? Why is it important? Include in text citations. And finally, after you have done all that, you've discussed those 3 points, you want to include your conclusion. Your conclusion is a summary of what you wrote in the body of this paper. You're not adding any new ideas, you're just summarizing all the content from the paper, what you would have written in the previous paragraphs. So that's your conclusion. Then on a separate page, a different page, you are going to include your references, your lists of references you would have used in the body of your assignment. And that is the gist of it for this assignment. What I'm going to do is I am going to include a template for you because we don't have one for this particular assignment in the classroom. So I will include a template for you by the end of the night tonight. So you will have that by early tomorrow to complete in order to complete the week 2 assignment. So again, as you're doing your assignments, number 1, discussion, a heading. Number 2, discussion, a heading, and that will keep you focused. And that will help to ensure you address all the areas of question for the particular assignment. So that's it for the assignment for the alternative dispute resolution class. So now let's take a look at the leadership and organizational behavior class. So if you're in that class, this section of the discussion is for you. This week you have your discussion, which was due on Wednesday. Then you have a quiz, which is due on Sunday, 25 multiple choice questions, and each worth 1 point. Finally, you have an assignment, and the assignment is discussing the personality traits. So here we have a template for this assignment. If you go to the classroom, you would have seen that I posted a template for this assignment at the beginning of the week. Here, week 2 assignment template. Just go ahead and download it here and use that template as is. All the information is here for you. It is already set up in APA format. You see I have the running head. You see I have the title page. Again, you want to make sure that you have your introductory paragraph. Go ahead and read this to ensure. Then the first thing you're going to do is look at the Kaiser temperament sorter analysis. So in this paragraph, you want to make sure you discuss your results of that test. Remember to include the citation from where you would have taken the test. Don't copy and paste the test into the body of your assignment. Please don't do that. All you are doing here is providing a summary. You want to do a comparison of yourself based on the results, and let us know if there is any new knowledge you would have gained based on those results. Remember, again, a well-developed paragraph should be 5 to 6 complete sentences. So make sure your paragraphs aren't longer. If you have paragraphs that are longer, it means that you are introducing new ideas. And if it's a new idea, you should start a new paragraph. So we've covered the Kaiser test. The next test would be the big 5 personality tests, and you're going to do basically the same thing you would have done. You would have taken the Kaiser, you would have taken the Big 5, you do a summary, and make sure you're clear and precise. What did you learn about yourself? What new knowledge? What did the test say? Then you want to do an analysis of the results about personality and character. And that was a part of the question. So for this paragraph now, you are going to discuss the results of your personality or character you agree with. So based on the results of those 2 tests, what did you agree with? Discuss the results of your personality you disagreed with. Discuss the results of the personality that you disagreed with. Then you want to include at least one reference to substantiate your ideas. So as you write your paragraph, remember a well-developed paragraph should be 5 to 6 complete sentences, and it should have supporting references. So what do you agree with? Take a look at the 2 results. What do you disagree with? And develop that in this paragraph. The next thing you were asked in the assignment is, how will the new knowledge be used? How are you going to use it? So for this paragraph, you want to tell us, how are you going to use that new knowledge that you've gained about yourself? You can tell us how you're going to use it at school. You can tell us how you're going to use it in your personal life, and then include some citations, maybe from the Kaiser itself. So Kaiser, I know that how you're going to use it is your own personal information, so you may not have a citation for that, but you are pulling information from the test that is new. So that is the information you are going to reference in the body of this paragraph. We want to look at the personality fit with your organizational structure. Discuss your personality fit within this organizational structure. Explain why. Tell us why that's important and how it fits. You want to look at the strategies if you're not in that type of environment. And this is a next paragraph you're going to discuss. So provide an explanation for those strategies. If you were not in the ideal situation, discuss one method you would use to manage stress. Discuss the method you would use to manage stress. Provide a reason for selecting this method. Be specific. Include at least one reference in your assignment. And finally, the conclusion. As I said before, in your concluding paragraph, you want to summarize what you would have written about. When you are writing a good concluding paragraph, you need to think about the main point that you want to get across, and include this again in the concluding paragraph. If you already have a fabulous written introductory paragraph, you can write something similar, but just use different words. Remember, no new ideas in the concluding paragraph. If you have any questions, again, the reference list is going to be on a separate page, and you are going to include that page. Make sure your reference list is properly APA formatted. There is a list, some links here to help you understand how to format the reference list. Again, if you have any questions at all about this assignment, feel free to contact me and I will be more than happy to assist you. I wish you the best of luck with the assignment. I am available. I have an open door policy, so you can contact me at any time. Good luck, and I'll be here waiting to talk to you further should you pop in and have any additional questions.